Hey everyone, my name is Julia Krzysztoforski. I am a realtor in North Carolina and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today on a Zoom call, I have my husband Taras, and this is actually our first video together on YouTube, and we are so excited to share our family real estate journey with you over the last 10 years. So Taras, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi friends, obviously my name is Taras, originally from Ukraine, came to United States in 2008, married to this beautiful woman. I love her so much because if trust me, if I wouldn't, there's no way I'll be on this video. So it's an honor to be a first guest on your channel, and definitely um, would be happy to share our real estate journey for last 10 years, what we did, what mistakes we made, and let's do it.
Every step of this real estate journey has been better just because we have done it together. So, before we dive into all of our properties, what do you think we are doing differently in helping our clients or potential clients to achieve their real estate dream?
So from what I see, what I understand, what you're doing differently now, serving your clients, it's just experience. Experience for these 10 years because we did a lot of stuff, right? We used to live in Raleigh, North Raleigh, then we moved to Rolesville, then we got something in Sugar Mountain. Actually, I'm in Sugar today. Beautiful house, love it all the time I'm here. Maggie Valley, Clayton. Now it's craziness about the 1912 house in Clayton. So we did a lot of stuff, and including some negotiations, some seller's credit, some inspections, some issues, some bunch of different stuff. That so I think that experience we have for these 10 years, it's very natural, and that definitely helping you to serve your clients better. And honestly, that was one of the reasons why I was okay to record this video because I know you're different. I know it's just not the guidebook from the real estate school or just some Zoom calls, webinars from someone else. This is just the real life experience with real life issues and real life success.
Yes, you are correct. It's not just textbook knowledge. It's, every market, every property, every negotiation has taught us something different. It's not the same with each property or just in general.
Yep. And one more thing, which is extremely important, people around us. You know, we got very lucky to meet a bunch of amazing people when we started, and all the way up to date, we have this super smart people around that we can pretty much just one call or text message away, and
Guidance.
they always willing to help us. And I think that's where we got lucky because a lot of people saying someone got successful, they are lucky. Oh, well, it's a hard work, but you're lucky when you have some people around really willing to help you and teach you something new.
Speaking of amazing people, we had some incredible mentors who really shaped how we think about real estate and business in general. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about some of those people?
Well, that might be a problem. I might talk 3 or 4 hours about this, guys, but I believe the main the main people who pretty much change our point of view, understanding the real estate, that was Don and Kim Waters, Jerry Farrell, couple agents we met before. If talking speaking about the property management company, there's definitely Jim and Eve in Maggie Valley. So these people around, they really we learn really learning every single day from them something new, and that's also amazing thing about you, that you, if you have some issues or if you don't know something, which is no one knows everything, right? You have on a short phone call or short text message such amazing and knowledgeable people like Jerry Farrell with 25 years experience in real estate. Don Waters was the experience in real estate investment, mortgage. You call it, you name it, whatever you want. He know everything about everything. I think he might have a different opinion, but I think he know everything about everything. So yeah, that's why this is where I think we got lucky, because a lot of people saying, "Oh, you guys lucky," or because success is luck. It is, but not actual success is a luck. Luck to have people around, amazing people around, and this is where you got lucky. The success is hard work, but if you have some people around who can support you, that's actual that's a luck. And of course, have such a smart and beautiful wife.
Thank you. You know, you reminded me when you reached out to Don about one of the questions about one of our properties, and I really liked how he said, "Taras, you make my brain work." It's just amazing.
That was Gardner property. Yes, yeah.
Yes. So now that we get to take everything what we have learned and share with our clients and potential clients to help them make smart investments, just like we did. But before all of this, you have already built a successful business yourself, didn't you?
Yes, yes. So okay, let's talk about me a little bit. It was your channel, but it's not fair, but that's fine. Um, yes. So more than 5 years ago, I started the auto appraisal business, auto damage appraisal business. What does that mean? If the insurance companies doesn't have the field appraisers or adjusters, we are here for them to take care of the damaged vehicles, right? The appraisals. If you need to run a total loss valuation, we can do it. We started just from the couple of counties in around Raleigh, North Carolina, and at this point we cover the entire state of North Carolina, entire state of Maryland, entire state of Virginia. I would say half state of Tennessee, and we actually expanding next week to South Carolina as well. So it was pretty cool journey,
Yay.
and yeah, I'm excited. It's pretty cool journey. It was, ups and downs, but in general, love what I do. And my philosophy regarding the business, I think pretty much match with your philosophy. And I always tell you, we don't need to chase the dollar. We need to be different, and we need to provide exceptional customer service, fast response, and high quality service, and then dollar will chase you. So you don't need to think about every single dollar you're losing, you're making. You just think about the customer service you provide, and after that, people understand who they need to pick and who is actually the best one.
Totally agree with you. I do remember how we started back in 2020, our small business and how it grew, and I'm so glad to be part of it as well in any shape or form. So thank you for having me there too.
Oh no, honestly, you did help a lot. You handled and still handling uh pretty much all the accounting, and all whatever I asked you to do, you did everything. It's a marketing stuff or it's accounting, it's pretty much everything. Now you don't have enough
Much
time to do
time.
all that, but you're still helping as much as you can.
Yes,
So I appreciate it. And it was very difficult in the beginning, but
we
we're
made
doing
it.
good. We're doing
We
great.
made it through.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about our journey together. We got married in 2013. You remember
Yes,
when?
now I will remember. So that's going to be on the record, because every single party we have, you ask when we got married, and it always a problem for me. So now it's 2013, and I remember. So all the viewers, friends,
Mm-hmm.
family, I remember 2013 now.
Yeah, do you want to go more into detail, like a month and a date? Or let's just say with the month. I mean, yeah.
August.
And the date?
Well, why we need to end of August.
Okay,
29.
that's close. Oh, yeah, you did good. Yes, it's the 29th.
Yeah.
Yes,
You see,
you did
now
good.
so
You do remember.
everyone got
Yes,
I
I got that on
got
record, and I'm not gonna
yes,
pick on you anymore about
yes.
that. So by the mid of 2016, I remember we decided it was our time to buy our first home, and I do recall that emotion. I really wanted to be a homeowner, but at the same time, I was scared to make this move. Would you like to jump into this?
Yes, yes. I believe, yeah, it was like mid 2016. Um, I think Olga just got her real estate license. Hi, Kuma. And we talked to her like, hey, I think we want to buy a house. And it was it was super funny when I gave her a couple conditions. So first condition one, under 250. Second was no brand new house. No further than Wake Forest, so Raleigh or Wake Forest, and privacy. And guess what? We messed up all these conditions. So what we bought? We bought 262. We got in Rolesville. We got a brand new house, and we removed all the trees and whatever was at the back, so no privacy. Um, the reason I'm saying that, I'm sorry, we'll just go a little more about the house, but I just remember that thing. It was funny. So the reason I'm saying that when you're starting looking for the house, you have one priorities, but when you actually start looking for the house and diving into the market, you understand the actual market, what is going on. To me, it's just easy um, to sacrifice something if there is some good deal on the market.
Yes, you were very specific on those requirements for our first home and still ended up doing completely different.
Yes. Um, you want to tell about Dawn, how we met, or you want me to do it?
You can do it.
Okay, yeah. So when we started looking for the house, obviously we need to figure out some buying power. So we started shopping for the mortgage lenders, and we went to couple. I'm sure you remember one very well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miss
It's
Amy,
gonna chase me forever. I do
Miss
recall.
Amy. But anyway,
Yeah,
we cannot talk about it.
it was very
Um,
painful experience, yes.
Yes, so we shop around, met with a couple of lenders. The biggest problem was um, most of the lenders at that time didn't know how to work with 1099, and I was at 1099 all the time. I never had W-2. So most of the lenders were saying they can do no more than 150, $180,000, and that was nothing. Even that time, it was nothing. So it was frustrated, and yes, I talked to John Pauline. So at that time, I was a huge fan. Well, still, but that time I was a huge fan of Dave Ramsey, and John Pauline was one of the financial advisors recommended by Dave Ramsey. So we had some financial, um, some things we did with him. He helped us to settle the S&P 500 and stuff like that. But anyway, it's a different story.
Yeah, I do
So,
remember how we were so following Dave Ramsey that in the end of the day we did completely different.
well, the first house we still did 20%.
Yes, we did. At least something, right? We followed a little bit.
Well, yes. And I asked John if he know any good mortgage lenders, and that was simple answer like yes. My neighbor Don Waters, he is the best one. So he gave me the contact information to Don. Got in touch with Don.
And that's when
Uh,
everything
did you
changed.
go? I'm sorry.
So that's when everything changed.
Yes. Did you go with me to this first meeting?
Yes, we went together. Yeah.
Yeah. It was in Clayton, next to the food line, the old office
And it's funny how we actually now live in Clayton,
next to it. Yeah.
right next
Pretty
to
fun.
it. It's
Yeah.
just, I can't believe it.
And so when we went to Don, it was a little different. So I'll explain why. Um, all the lenders we met before that, it was like a bunch of tables, graphs, screens, numbers. Everything is like, okay, we entered this amount, you can get this amount, rate, stuff like that. So when we met John, it's just simple, nice, big office, um, pencil,
That's
notepad,
cool.
and calculator on his phone. That's it. Like no screens, no graphs, no technologies. It was nice and simple, which is I was very confused because I was like, how is that possible? All these guys got so much stuff, and he just came with a pencil and notepad. It was kind of unreal. And so 5 minutes later, after he reviewed my taxes, he was like, you can get easily 250. So at that time it was nice because now it's very difficult to get anything under 250. But at that time it was more than enough.
And we were very skeptical about it. We're
Yes,
like,
because it
no
looked like
way.
scam. Like
Yeah.
guy just came with the pencil and notepad,
Yeah.
review my taxes, like, yeah, easy, I can do it for you.
Just
But
because we've been to so many before that, and it
mhm.
was just always like a roadblock. We were getting no and no,
Yeah.
and it was
Yes,
just,
yes,
I remember
because
it
they
was
all
so
got
hard.
used to work with W-2 and 1099, you need to show the income a little differently.
Yeah.
But anyway, So we left the office. I still was a little skeptical, but I was like, okay, we'll shop more around. So I think we went to a couple more, and then we finally found this house in Roseville, based on all our
I
criteria.
found it. Yes, I found. I'll take the blame for it because I broke all the kind of promises. I did find the new
You
construction.
did? I don't remember that, but
Yeah.
anyway, yes, thank you. And well, we fell in love because of the neighborhood. It was, I remember, before Christmas, and
Mhm.
all just people walking on the sidewalks, which is already cool, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of Christmas decoration, everyone, and this one crazy house with all lights
Oh
all over the
yes.
house. And I was like, man, this is a nice place to live. So we picked that house, new construction, of course, as we
So we're
requested
gonna
in the
stay away
beginning.
from.
Yes, and we were ready to send an offer, but we did not have pre-approval at that time. So I was like, okay, I guess we have no choice. We need to still get in touch with Don.
Yeah.
And I called Don. It was Friday, and I was like, Don, we met before. We still don't have pre-approval, but I want to meet with you one more time to make sure we actually pre-approve for 250 because we're about to send an offer. And that was that was something amazing because when he was like, listen, I'm leaving Monday for a work trip and I'll not be back until like Friday. I was like, we need to send an offer on Monday. And he offered me to meet with him on Saturday, 10 a.m. And at that time, it was mind blowing to me. The reason why, because you just some simple first time home buyer looking to get the mortgage, and the guy who are so busy, who got a bunch of stuff to do, instead of meeting with you at 10 o'clock in the morning, spending time with his family, kids, grandkids, whatever, and he's willing to meet with you at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. And we met, and he was very confident. I was like, I can guarantee you getting a 250 easy. That's it. We signed an offer. We got the house.
Yeah, and that Saturday, that's when we knew Donna was very different comparing to other lenders because not many lenders want to meet on the weekend. So that's
Mhm.
what kind of made us really want to work with Dawn.
Yeah, and when we sent offer, right? So the house was 275,
Hmm.
and of course, poor Olga. So there's no way we can get it for the listing price.
No.
So I believe we sent 250, then counter us on 270 or 265. We got we countered them for 260, and then we agreed on 262 and 700, but
Yeah.
they removing a refrigerator.
And no blinds too. They said they're not gonna do
No
blinds
blinds
either.
as well. I don't remember about blinds, but yes. So, and I called down, like, Don, if we're a little out of the budget, instead of 250, 262, he was like, yeah, that's fine. We'll take care of it. So yes, that was the first house. That was awesome, and I think that was a great purchase. Right now it's amazing rental property, cash flowing, great location. Roseville is blooming. So we got it for 262. I think right now it's between 425, maybe even 450. I don't know exactly. I did not check the comps for a while, but it's for last 10 years, not even 10 years, it almost double in the price. So it's amazing. It's amazing. And that's what I meant when don't really when you have some preferences, follow them, but try to learn the market and understand. Sometimes you can sacrifice something to get actually something better than what you actually thinking in the beginning when you start your house search.
Yes, totally agree with you.